So, you're thinking about coming to Spain, huh? Well, I have something to say to you. Check it out. Anyway, that's my rendition of some flamenco stuff, right? Yeah, so if you want to come to Spain, you have to buckle up, man. You gotta really be on your you gotta be on top of your game, on your A game, as they say, because here life is great in many ways, but it is great, or it remains being great only after only after some time, meaning after you've gone through all the hurdles that you inevitably have to face, you know? So don't come here under the assumption that everything will be just a walk in the park, you know? It's not the case for most people that I know. Even people that are well established here, like they've been here for a while, they still complain. Germans, for example. It's not the if you're running away from something, yeah, try it out. Try it out. I mean, but I don't recommend going abroad to people that are running away from something, because you cannot run away from yourself. Okay. Now, if you have a solid plan, like maybe you have some assets and you can either sell them and buy some property here, or you're gonna come here with money, or either with money or with the possibility of making money. So you gotta have a skill that is marketable here, you know. Otherwise, you you're not gonna thrive, you know. So those are the two options that I see. Either come here with money, come here with the possibility of making some money to have a decent life. Be well informed about which city you want to live in, because every city is different. If you want to live in major cities like Barcelona, where I live, or Madrid, well, there is a price to pay because everybody wants to live here. No shit, right? There's a price to pay. So be ready to pay that price. Now, the other thing you can do is you can either come here for a while, test it out, see if it's for you, and then if it's not, you can just go back. Don't commit. You know, this is what I would do. Now, the way I did it was, well, my way was not the best really, but it worked out. It worked out. My situation was a little bit different. Now, if you're younger, that is an advantage in some ways, because you have time to recover. If you mess it up, you can still clean up your act. You know. If you're a little bit older, I would assume you already have some assets. That would be an advantage for you. But the hardest part would be to adapt, and to, because there's a lot of people that want to come here and recreate the lives they had in their countries, right? You see a lot of non-Spanish speaking people trying to do that, you know, and they just have their own circles, and they don't mix with locals. That's fine. You can do that. You can get away with doing that. I know people that have done that for years, even probably decades. Yeah, I don't recommend that. You know, I think it's easier to. I mean, I was lucky. I already knew the language, right? So I could. It was easier for me to integrate. But get ready for the bureaucracy, man. Bureaucracy here is, you know, if you're from the U.S., bureaucracy sounds something like this, right? If you're in Spain, bureaucracy sounds something more like, see, right? A bit dissonant, you know. So yeah, Spain is notorious for having a very cumbersome bureaucracy. Bureaucracy here is hell, man. If you if you don't have some patience, you will become patient. Because here, oh boy, they make it very hard for you to get stuff done, you know. But it is the way it is, man. So if you wanna, gotta pay your dues if you wanna sing the blues, as they say, right? So you're gonna have to have a plan, I think. Either that or be like me. I had a bit of a plan, but not. I mean, I was younger, man. I didn't think it through. If I had to do it again, I probably wouldn't do it, or I wouldn't do it the way I did it, for sure. So either have a plan if you're older. I recommend that you have a plan because you got to think about healthcare. You got to think about all these things that you will have to deal with at an older age, right? Now, if you're younger, well, it's different. It's a bit different. What else? Lifestyle. Hey, man, I always say I like living in Spain. Living in Spain is great, but I think working in the U.S. Sorry, working in might be more interesting. You know, you can make more money in the U.S. I hear, right? So there's no comparison really. Here in Spain, you're not gonna get rich. You're not gonna get rich. You come here for the lifestyle, and you come here with a plan, and you're gonna. You don't expect to be treated like royalty, right? Just because you got the mighty dollar, you know, because you won't. I mean, yeah, sometimes they might be nice to you because they want your money, but money ain't gonna cut it all the time, man. Because people here, especially in these major cities, they're doing well. They're doing well, you know. And people here are not as hungry for money as in the U.S. You know, like yeah, everybody's chasing money, but here, money people want free time mainly, right? If you see people around like drinking and having fun, they want to have a good time, man. They're not so worried about money. So your money ain't gonna go that far here. It'll go far in terms of buying a nice property and all this, but when you deal with bureaucracy, it's not like Mexico where you can just pay your way into getting shit done. You know, you could to some degree, but I mean, I'm not. That's not to say that there's no corruption here, but it's not as widespread. I mean, I guess corruption works differently here, right? It's not that it doesn't exist, but it's a bit different. The language, learn the language, man. Don't be lazy, okay? Don't be lazy. I'm learning French. I don't need it. I don't particularly like French people, but you know, it's why not? I have the time. Why it doesn't hurt. Now, if you're coming here, learn the language, man. Make an effort. Even like Catalan, you know. I don't speak Catalan, but I understand most of it, or a great deal of it. I should probably learn it, but hey, if I speak one of the two official languages here, I'm good. Learn the language. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Don't think it's because you're gonna miss out. Not only culturally, you're gonna miss out also on being able to do things on your own, like navigating the bureaucracy without needing somebody to hold your hand. You know. I mean, if nothing else, just do it for that. Okay? You don't want to be babysat here, you know? Or maybe you do, I don't know. To each his own. Language. What else? Don't be arrogant, man. When you deal with bureaucrats here, you gotta kiss their feet. Alright? Not exaggerating. I mean, you gotta be nice to them because they got you by the balls, man. They can make you or break you, right? They can crush you if they want to. So don't be arrogant. Don't come and try to teach them how to do their job. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. I could teach them how to do their job too. I'm sure, but that's not my job. I just say yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and I zip it. You know, I talk to them as if they were doing me a great favor. Like, oh my God, if it weren't for you, I would be in so much trouble. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm so work. Can I kiss your feet? You know, so you have to treat them like that, and things will be better. I learned that lesson the hard way. You know, I used to argue with them, and now I'm just yes sir, and my life is easier. My life is easier. What else? Food is good. The health here. I mean the diet. The Mediterranean diet is great. You walk. You don't need a car really. You can walk. You'll be healthier. Stress levels are lower. Uh, the culture is friendly generally. Generally, there may be some petty crime here and there, like the pickpockets. They might pick your pocket. Don't be stupid. Don't walk around like a tourist. They're gonna pick your pocket, okay, and you deserve it because you were not careful. So be careful. That's where speaking Spanish comes in. If they hear you speak Spanish, even though you look like like the how dare you girl, right? Even though you don't look Hispanic, they might leave you alone because they know they might assume you're not a tourist, right? What else do you have to do here in Spain? Meet people, man. You have to make connections. Here, having networking is far more important than your qualifications. Okay, you gotta have networking skills. That's where Spanish comes handy again. If you just sit around and now, unless you have a lot of money and you can just pay people to do your dirty work for you, great, fine. But otherwise, network, especially if you're younger and you're looking for a job, networking is everything here, man. If you don't know people here, nobody cares. Now, if you look a certain way, that's another thing about Spain. This is a negative thing. Here, they might not say it, but they can be very prejudiced, man. So if you look ethnic, or if you look like you might have a blue collar job, maybe you're doing nothing wrong with these jobs, but if they assume that you're uneducated or that you're just here to you're starving and this is your last chance to do something, to make something of your life, they'll treat you accordingly. Okay, so if you are a white American, blue eyes, tall, you have an advantage. They might pick your pocket, but Spanish people, which are not, these are not the people picking your pocket, by the way. It's mostly other people, right? People will, especially if you're going to teach English, which is what most foreigners, English-speaking people do, who are about my age, right? You will stand out. You'll be a celebrity. You'll be like the hot blonde that everybody wants to bang. You'll be the man or the woman. That is an advantage. Use it to your advantage. But be aware that people here, that personal space is not respected as much as in the U.S. Right? People will talk to you. They will be very close to you, and it's not that they're being disrespectful. It's just the way they are. All right. Just deal with it. Finally, as I said before, be very patient. Have a good time, and I have to say that this is not for everybody, man. If you break easily, if you don't have patience, if you need your mommy, or if you cannot tough it out on your own and you don't have the grit to push on through the bullshit and to make it work, and you don't have that determination, no amount of looking, you know, of looking white and American and looking nice and clean and a law-abiding citizen, no amount of that will save you. You're still gonna not prosper here. I think that's my that's my prediction. Okay, so all right, see you soon. Good luck in Spain, and most importantly, don't assume that it's gonna work, that it's gonna happen overnight. If you think that you're a goddamn fool, man. If you think this is gonna happen overnight, no, you gotta be what was that? you're gonna be tough. You're gonna it's not gonna happen just because you think you deserve it. You know, here you're not important. You're just like everybody else. Okay, and just be wise. Be wise. Okay, I'll give you more tips next time because it's been a bit long. Okay. God bless you. God bless America. Goodbye.